What's up, everyone? So today we're talking about Halfbreed, which is a darknet market with a dumb name and now kind of a major problem. And that major problem comes in kind of the worst problem that a darknet market can have, which is an IP leak. And credit for actually catching this goes to CodeisLaw, who's one of the few users on Dread who actually understands what he's doing. And not only did he identify the leak, he also knows how to strip EXIF data from images, which already puts him light years ahead of the clowns like for Shizzle 2, who, well, for context, like this genius posted images in the past without actually scrubbing EXIF data, which revealed that he uses Greenshot. And for those of you that don't know, it's a screenshotting tool, and it's free if you're on Windows, but requires payment if you're on Mac OS. So either way, a Windows user who doesn't know how to actually remove metadata, or he paid for a program which has traceability, either way, he's a moron. So there's that. But my point is, it's a loss, and it's a good textbook example of how being a loudmouth troll on Dread, especially if you're a Windows user, isn't the best idea, especially if you have zero OpSec and even less self-awareness. I bring him up because he's a good contrast for CodeisLaw, who is one of the few who's actually calm and factual and not infected with whatever terminal rage disorder half of Dread actually suffers from. And that kind of mindset matters, in my opinion. In most high stress environments, stuff like that, it matters, especially there in a place where you judge people based on their intelligence, because people don't know what you actually look like on places like Dread or the Darknet. So those are the kind of things that you evaluate people on, not shallow things. So that's another reason why I like that subculture. But I caught up with CodeisLaw and asked him a few questions. At first, I asked him about how he actually found it.
I didn't really put in any effort to finding it, either. I never even checked the market beyond the point of the Capecha screen on the De Dios page, and seeing the IP was leaking, then made the post.
Now, to be clear, the post that he's actually referring to was a post on Dread. It had a simple title and a proper message that eloquently pointed out the situation the market was actually in. To me, the market was pretty obscure, so it made sense to ask him about where he actually found it. And what he said was,
I think it had an ad banner on Tor.link. I noticed it had a weird shit-looking logo, so I checked it out.
Now, why I really chose to discuss this is because it's a great story, because it shows us the kind of classic hacker curiosity and the kind of rabbit hole that it can lead to. And it's not like a major thing, but it doesn't really need to be. It's just an interesting example. Like, imagine an ad that you paid for is what actually got your market kind of blown up. As for the IP leak, it appears during a capture process. And a quick Whois lookup confirms the host is on DigitalOcean. And it's not some offshore, super hardened, bulletproof host like you'd actually expect from what should be a serious market. All markets should be serious markets. That's a massive OpSec failure, and it nukes their credibility. It's one of the reasons why, just like any other company with infrastructure, in this case, you have a specific use for guys like penetration testers. And it's definitely real on the darknet, perhaps even more so than on the clearnet. And also, it's worth noting that CodeisLaw has his own site, kind of like my site. It's like a link site, basically. And I have to tell people all the time that they should never trust links on my site. As such, I'm saying the same thing about his, but I wanted to throw that out there and kind of give him props, because at the end of the day, he deserves it. He made a discovery. And if you want to see his site, you can see it in the pinned comment. It'll be the first one. All you do is just put .onion behind it after you throw that in the Tor browser and hit enter, and you're good to go. In any case, I have another video that's going to be following this one that has to do with the Tor project making another stupid decision. So that should be interesting. We'll see how that goes. In any case, thank you for watching to the end, and I'll see you in the next video.